Yes. I don't know. I think they should just have to do this.
She had our community.
Subjects 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia, 1950 as amended. Number one, the discussion and/or consideration of the personnel report regarding prospective candidates for employment, assignment, job abatement, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific employees of the school board, and more specifically as it relates to the following. A, resignations of specific instructional and non-instructional employees of Suffolk Public Schools. B, job abatement for a specific non-instructional employee of Suffolk Public Schools. C, the hiring of specific instructional personnel. D, the hiring of specific non-instructional personnel. E, the hiring of specific part-time employees. F, the hiring of specific substitute employees. G, requests for salary stipends for specific substitute bus driver trainees. H, requests for approval for specific employees to provide after-school tutoring and/or after-school detention for the 2019-2020 school year at John Yates Middle School and Forest Glen Middle School. I, requests for approval for specific employees to serve as Title I remediation tutors for Pioneer Elementary School, Nassau Parkway Elementary School, and Elephants Fork Elementary School. J, request for approval for specific employees to provide kindergarten instructional planning at Mac Ben Jr. Elementary School. K, request for approvals for specific employees to provide tutoring, homework help, and enrichment under the Streaming into Excellence program at Booker T. Washington Elementary School. L, request for approval of transfer of special education coach duties and stipend to a specific employee at Elephants Fork Elementary School revised. M, request for approval of in-school tutoring and remediation for specific employees at Florence Bowser Elementary School. N, request for approval for specific employees to provide ELL support at Mac Ben Jr. Elementary, Creekside Elementary, Florence Bowser Elementary, Kings Fork Elementary, and Oakland Elementary Schools. O, request for approval for specific employees to provide algebra readiness tutoring at John F. Kennedy Middle School and Forest Glen Middle School. P, request for approval for specific employees to provide homebound instruction for students enrolled at Hill Point Elementary, Florence Bowser Elementary, John F. Kennedy Middle, Turlington Woods, and Mac Ben Jr. Elementary, Colonel Fred Cherry Middle Schools. Request for approval, Q, request for approval for specific employees to provide before and after school tutoring and remediation for students enrolled in Suffolk Public Schools. R, request for approval for specific employees to serve as graduation coaches and work additional summer hours to support students enrolled in Suffolk Public Schools. S, request for specific employees to receive additional compensation for attendance at English Learning Support Staff Meeting. T, request for approval for specific employees to receive stipend for managing the website for the first semester of 2019-2020. U, request for approval for specific employees to receive middle school football stipends. V, request for approval for specific employees to receive adjustments and extra duty pay at National River High School. W, request for specific employees to receive compensation for extra class for the remainder of the 2019-2020 school year at Kings Fork High School. X, request for approval for specific employees to receive compensation for Z Block classes at Kings Fork High School. Y, request for approval for specific employees to receive compensation for freshman staff orientation for the 2018-2019 and 2019-2020 school years at Kings Fork High School. Z, request for approval for specific employees to receive first semester bus drivers attendance incentive bonuses. AA, request for approval for specific employees to receive bus driver perfect attendance incentive bonuses. B, request for approval for specific employees to train as substitute bus drivers. C, request for approval for specific employees to serve as coaches and officials for middle school field hockey and receive stipends. D, request for approval for specific employees to be granted leave of absence. E, request for a specific employee to be removed from the substitute list for cafeteria workers. F, appointment of citizens to serve on the school safety audit committee. 2, the discussion and or consideration of the pupil personnel report relative to out-of-zone requests regarding specific students enrolled in Suffolk Public Schools and student disciplinary matters where the discussion in open meeting would involve the disclosure of information contained in the student's scholastic record. And 3, consultation with legal counsel employed by the school board regarding a specific legal matter requiring legal advice by counsel, and more specifically, transgender student guidelines, all of which is authorized by Section 2.2-3711A1, 2, and 8 of the Code of Virginia 1950 as amended.
So moved.
Board members, please vote. Motion carried. Motion carried.
All right, we'll now adjourn to closed meeting. Because I put Karen, because she gave the motion. Oh, okay.